Shalom. Welcome back to part 2 of Esau Wants to Make America Great Again. And once again, Esau is a so-called white race on earth. They are the biblical Edomites. Okay. I was in Deuteronomy 28. I left off at 32. I'm going to start on 33 to continue this part 2. All right. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. We shall be only oppressed. Speaking of the 12 tribes of Israel, the Israelites. Because like I said back in part 1, these are the curses I'm going through that will place upon these people. Okay? And these people are here today. The so-called Negroes, all right? So-called Latinos and Native Americans. All right. So it says we shall be crushed and oppressed always. So that's why we are in this state. You have people, our people all across the United States complaining right now, even more and more complaining because they're seeing these crimes being committed towards our people. All right. And they whining and whining. Matter of fact, just yesterday I saw a video about that shooting in Charlotte, in North Carolina, with that guy Keith Scott, and a whole nother guy was breaking down frame by frame that he planted a gun because his family keeps saying it was a book. 2 witnesses said it was a book, okay, and those 2 witnesses, a white lady and a black lady, also said that it wasn't a black cop that shot him, it was a white cop. They're pushing that it's a black cop. You know, see, one of your own kind shot you. You can't say nothing now. No, the 2 witnesses said that it was a white cop that shot Keith. All right, and that when he got the car, a book fell out of his lap and fell on the ground. All right, but in this video that I watched, it shows frame by frame that a cop, he has a bulletproof vest on, and he has a red shirt on underneath, and he's basically planting the gun that they later got a picture of on the ground saying that, see, he was armed. It literally shows him planting it. So I'm reading the comments. People, oh, man, this is crazy. Oh. Hey, it goes back to these curses, man. We're going to be oppressed, man. These devils are going to do these things. That's why we need to wake up. That's why 2/3 of our people don't want to get, man. Okay? So it says, I'm reading the back on the second bottom. And thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. 34. So that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. Right, mad. Pissed off. Okay, our people still mad. Okay? Why? Because of the sight of what they're seeing in the world. They're seeing totally this white race get away with murder after murder after murder. These judges, okay, letting them off, okay, because they're showing you what time it is, man. They're showing you that they are above you, nigger, and you are on the bottom. And watch this, okay? And to go even deeper, the Most High, Yahweh, is showing you, okay? Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is showing you what? It's showing you that, hey, y'all want to love these devils, the so-called white race, the Edomites, Esau. Y'all want to love them and still hold on with them to this American delusion. Then I'm going to show you how much of the devil they are. I'm going to turn that spirit back all around. And they're going to start killing you more openly. Okay? Now, we know they've been killing us. You know, it's just that through technology, it's getting caught more and more and more and more. And the spirit has cameras catching every little thing, man. More and more. To make our people mad. But guess what? You same people go on the streets. Y'all watch the videos. Y'all talk shit on the comment boards about how you false prophet, Satan, the same stuff they used to do to the Lord and the prophets back then in the Roman Empire. And America ain't nothing but Rome all over again. Y'all walk buzz and talk shit, but we telling y'all, man. Through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is telling y'all what's coming, and y'all don't want to listen. So the Most High is just unleashing these devils, man, on y'all. That's what's happening. Okay? Verse 35. The Lord shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs with a sore botch that cannot be healed, from the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head. Right. That's what you see in pictures. Okay. We get all jacked up, body all swelled up, sore scabs from our backs to our feet to hands to the top of our head, just getting beat. Okay. Getting beat by Esau, the so-called white race, getting beat by these red devils, and they loving it so. Like I said, in those pictures, they were loving it. They were getting satisfaction, man. They was getting satisfaction like an old man at a prostitute ring, okay? Because he can't get none, so he's paying $500,000, and he just having the time of his life, man. And that same prostitute getting this money every week. He just getting satisfied. It was satisfying to them, man. Okay, because they are the devil. That's why. That's why it can be them and their kids just looking at you, just in like a demonic trance, just watching your head get cut off, and just all kinds of things happening to us, man. All right. Verse 36. The Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which thou neither know, neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone. Right, because the heathens always worship wood and stone and idols, and gods that they created themselves that have no breath in them. They have always created and worshiped, because why? We had God. We were the only ones, the Israelites. We are the children of the higher power, man. Not these other nations, not the Chinese, not the Africans, not the Arabs, okay, which are the Ishmaelites in the Bible, Africans, the Hamites, none of them, man. Moabites, okay, all the Asian nations, none of them. So, because we were going off doing wicked things and not listening, being rebellious, he said, you know what? Go ahead and worship. Go ahead and fully worship, okay, what they worship, because I'm about to turn my face on you. And he did that. That was us going into slavery and us having no hope, because these white people would just totally slaughter us, man. It was straight to the slaughter like cows. And we had no help in our hands. Because why? We lost our God because he turned our face on us, through us being a rebellious people. Okay? 37. And thou shalt become astonished, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee. Right. Nigger, monkey, spick, savage. Okay? Afro-American. What the fuck is an Afro-American? Excuse my language, but what is it? Afro-American? Now, we know the name they put it on, but still, like, what is that, man? All these names, colored, y'all know the byword names, man. Wetback, spick, all these names besides the Israelites, the 12 tribes. So we lost our identity through slavery, and in return, we took on names of what they want to call us. Okay? All kinds of names that basically they just laughed at. Nigger, colored. That is a colored person. Colored. So you ask yourself, why didn't they call us Africans straight from slavery right away? Because they knew we weren't Africans. And we knew that we weren't Africans off the boat. All right? But through generations and generations of beating and basically taking our minds, okay, while the ones who knew they were Israelites died off, they were able to get away with that crap. Okay? So once again, like I said, they didn't call us African American until later, because they were training us to accept other names and other names and other names and other names besides being the 12 tribes of Israel, who we are. Okay? 38. 41. Slide. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. Right, we shall not enjoy them because they should go into captivity. That's a curse. Did that not happen in slavery? Did that not happen? Of course it happened. Okay, the so-called white race can't deny it, and you Negroes, you can't deny it. Okay, you ones who love TD Jakes and don't want to wake up, you can't deny that happened. You can't deny it. But you, once again, you're asleep. You refuse to wake up. But at the end of the day, it's not meant for everybody to wake up, because 2/3, according to prophecy, are not going to make it. Okay, because they don't want to hear the word. They don't want to change their ways, because this word reproves all your wicked deeds. So instead of you reproving yourself, you'd rather go to a church, okay, where, all the way down to your neighborhood church, where he makes you feel comfortable, okay, if you just give a couple dollars. All right? 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Right. We came down from bringing the children of the highest all the way down to like animals, man. Lower than animals. Because in slavery, okay, the white race treated their animals way better than they treated us. So we were that low, and they became very high. Okay? We were totally 100%, you know what, forget that, 1,000,000,000,000% in their hands. That's low for a human being to have another human, for a race to have another race that low in their hands. So the scriptures don't lie. Okay? And we're still lower than them. Okay? That's why they're able to do and dictate what they're doing. But like I said, it goes deeper than that. Okay? Most High set it up. Okay, 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt become the tail. Right. How we gonna lend to him when we didn't have nothing? We're slaves. Everything that we have is based on what they allow us to have and what they give us. All right? He became the head, and we became the tail. He lent to us, we can't lend to him. And it's the same to this day until the Lord comes back. Why? Because if you need something, where you got to go? You got to go to Esau. You got to go to the white man, okay, to the red man. You have to go there to get it, okay? You want some food? You want to go full grocery shopping? Guess what? You got to go to a store that the red man owns. You want a loan? You got to go to the red man. And he probably won't even give it to you. So overall, anything that we need to move forward in this life under this wicked kingdom, okay, we have to get it from them, because why? We're still up under them to this day. We have not got released out of our captivity, man. You got Negroes thinking they still free. You ain't still free, man. You think you're still free because you can walk outside and go to the movies without getting hung on trees? Well, guess what? The past couple of years, there's been incidents swept under the rug of a random Negro getting found hung in a tree. Did you have you had a cracker saying, "Oh, he hung himself"? No, man. They're still doing things like that, and it's getting swept under the rug, man. Because you Negroes think it don't exist. No, because y'all believe in America. Y'all believe in the system because you get a couple benefits. All right, you might get a decent job, and that's enough for you to think you're free. Because the white man comes in your sector of your job and pat you on the back and say, "Good job. You know what I'm saying? You met quota today." And you smiling, thinking you're going to move up in his company. Come on, man. That's the problem with our people, man. Y'all have gotten comfortable with a couple benefits that you have received in this kingdom, though you're still in captivity. Though Negroes are still dying by the hands of the so-called white man and still being in prison at an alarming rate. Now, some of those niggas deserve to be in prison. But there's been many stories of Negroes being in prison for 30 years and didn't even do it, man. So they're still oppressing us. All right? 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. Right. All these curses pursued us, man, and it overtook us and it destroyed us to this day. Because the only way we can possibly get out of this captivity, all right, and back to peace as a nation of people, is the Lord has to come get us. The white man ain't gonna release us. You niggas don't want to be released. You 2/3 Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians do not want to be released. So the Lord's gonna forcibly take us up out of here, the ones who believe, the ones who's waking up to this and holding on to faith, holding on to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. The Most High name is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shai, who the world called Jesus Christ. We have to wait until he comes back and get us out of this condition. Until then, we got to preach this word. And that's what we're doing. So the ones who wake up, it's because you're meant to wake up. The ones who stay asleep and don't want to wake up, hey, it wasn't meant for you. Okay? 46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Forever meaning a long time. Because it's going to end when the Lord come back. So he said, it shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder. Why is it a sign? Because you're able to link it back to Deuteronomy and other scriptures throughout the Bible of how we are that people, man. Because remember, we lost our heritage. Okay? We lost our whole heritage. Okay, so it shall be a sign and a wonder. Because at one point before you, like, just speaking to me, before I came into this truth as a kid, man, I was in history class. I think it was 9th grade, 8th grade. It's one of those years. I was in history, and my history teacher was speaking about slavery, and he said this stupid ass comment. He was like, "Yeah, slavery really wasn't that bad. The slaves wasn't treated as bad as you thought." I looked at him like, "What the hell are you talking about, man? Slavery wasn't that bad." Do you see the thinking of these Edomites, man? Their spirit is totally off, man. Now you see why it says in the scriptures that they in Obadiah that they're gonna get exterminated at the end of the day, man. They're gonna get exterminated off the planet Earth after a long slavery, man. Because their spirit ain't right. He said that, and he thought I wasn't gonna say nothing. Now it was only a couple blacks in class, and I'm in a class like this. I'm looking around seeing if everybody heard what he just said. They want to sound like, hold up. I said, what do you mean that it wasn't that bad? I said, so hanging us, lynching us, raping our women wasn't that bad? You know what he did? He tried to defend what he said. Then when I didn't want to hear what he said, he kicked me out of the class and had me in the hallway. Then after the class, and then he wanted to talk to me. You know what he said? It's not working out. I don't think it's working out between us in this class. I think he probably need another teacher. So I went to the office, and they traded me to a whole nother history teacher, man. Because why? He didn't want me to rebuttal that bullshit he was spewing to the class. And the whole class know he was full of shit. Then you had Issachar, which are the so-called Mexicans of the 12 tribes of Israel. You had a couple of them in the class just looking like they knew he was full of shit. So even before that, I knew, like, hold up, man. Why did that happen to us, man? Like, why am I in class and this devil is able to say these things, man? Like, what's going on? I know God exists, but why is this happening? So it was a wonder in my mind, and I'm pretty sure everybody else's mind at some point in time you wonder, why were we in the condition? Why are these white people able to control us like this and be above us so high? For what reason? Like, what the fuck did we do? But that's that sign and that wonder, and it goes right back to here. Okay. So in other words, you're supposed to connect the dots in the end of the world, and we are at the end of the white man's world. All right. 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies. Our friends, let me read that again. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Did that not happen? Did not the so-called white man put a yoke of iron around our necks in slavery, man? Okay. He did. Because, and then really, that yoke of iron went from the physical yoke, also mixed with the spiritual yoke of basically holding our minds down because we were deceived. Okay? They actually made the Israelites believe that the Lord's birthday was on December 25th. As a kid, they teach you that because you're in school as a kid, dressed up and shit, and you're in one of those plays. Okay? And it's a Christmas / the Lord's birthday and Jesus, and they totally had your mind. Totally had your mind. Okay? So that yoke went from physical, okay, and they still got us, and then it totally went to your mind because through the physical, they were able to totally take control of you and manipulate your brain and your spirit. All right? 49, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Why? Because we spoke Hebrew. We didn't speak English. We spoke Hebrew. Okay? When you look at all the tribes, from the Negroes to the Latinos tribes and the Native American Indians, they got took over by the Spaniards. They adopted Spanish. We got took over by English and we adopted English. But they're all Edomites. They're all so-called white people, man. All right? And it says as swift as the eagle flies. Yeah. They love that symbol, the eagle, don't they? This white race. They all the UN, the nation symbol, the country symbol is always that eagle. All right? Just want to point that out there. Verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. Right. And that was feeding our babies to alligators for alligator bait. Using our babies for alligator bait. All right. Taking our babies out the stomachs and smashing their heads. This is all documented. Go look it up. Okay. This is all documented. They didn't give a damn if you were old or young, man. No mercy. Guess what? Even Jake, even in this time, even ones in the truth, if I'm somewhere and say I'm going to the store, right? And it's an old white lady walking and she's behind me, I might open the door. Go ahead. Oh, thank you. Even though in my back of my head, I know y'all gonna pay, man. Like, ew, boy, the Most High is gonna jack y'all up. But still, we still show a little favor of, okay, that's an old woman. Okay. Even though she was born in those times, hell, she could have been, she probably was one of those, she probably was that little girl in one of those pictures that was looking at the slaves like this. But still, even through our captivity, we still show a little favor of mercy of, go ahead, here, go first. All right? Because in the back of our minds, the ones who are woke, we know the Most High is going to destroy them. Like it says in Romans 13:9. Okay, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. So if the Lord put these curses on who he loved and allowed this to happen through who he hated, what is he going to do through who he loves to happen on who he hates, which is Esau, which is the Edomites, Slacker. Esau. So we know they got it coming big time, man. All right? Verse 51. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land, until thou be destroyed, which also shall thou leave, which also shall not leave either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kin, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee. Right. He gonna destroy everything, man. Everything. And everything that we work hard, like in the cotton fields and the fields in general, that labor was going, they were gonna benefit from it, not us. That was our punishment. Okay? That was our punishment. And that's what the so-called white race don't get, man. You have some of them, like some of the elites and different things, different of the nation of Esau. They know who we are. They know they got to pay, and they're still trying to run from the judgment. But you got a lot of these Edomites, the majority of them, that really believe in their own bullshit. They really believe in their own democracy. Satan, because they're in league with Satan. Satan has has made them so delusional. It's ridiculous, man. They believe that shit. They believe they can enslave a whole people, put the flag, and because you don't say because you don't stand for the national anthem, now you're unpatriotic. How could you do this to your country? Yeah, the same country that's been slaving us and killing us for years, hundreds of years. They believe in that bullshit. That's why I don't want to hear anybody. Well, Esau can get no. Esau cannot get saved, man. Okay, the only business that Esau gonna have in the kingdom of heaven when Yahweh comes back is to be a slave and to be a punching bag. Okay, for us Israelites to meditate terror on their ass. Okay, get a couple Edomites, go to a high mountain. Okay, land on the mountain and just throw their ass off and watch them break the pieces on the rocks. That's the kind of thing that's coming for the so-called white man, because they're getting double as a race. Think about what they did to us, pushing them off the boat. We get eaten by sharks. So if they're receiving double, then what's double? Right, that's a whole nother level of thought, man, of pain. All right. Verse 58. If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of the law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear the glorious and fearful name. What is the name? Yahweh is the Most High's name, and Yahweh Shai is his son's name, who we do worship, man. The man in the four corners of the earth that's speaking this truth, that knows the name, that worship. Now there's some that know the name that's playing games with the word, that's mixing lies with truth and trying to make it corrupt. But the ones who do it sincerely, we worship Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Okay? That's our hope. That's our faith. All right? Now, know Jesus. Okay? 59. Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance, and of sore sickness, and of a long continuance. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Right. And he says of long continuance, of soreness, of sickness. Okay? That's what's happening. I mean, that happened to us and it's happening to us. Okay? Because people like to say, oh, a long time ago on all those particular things. No, man. These things are still happening, man. Okay? I'm going to give you an example of disease. AIDS. HIV AIDS. Over there in Fort Worth, because I live in Fort Worth, Texas, over there there's a certain part of Fort Worth called Woodhaven, Brentwood Stair, around that area. Those who live here, they know. They say that's the highest rate. That area is the highest rate of AIDS. I won't be going over there. All right, I don't even look over there, man. If I drive by, I'm because and then you can see it on them, man. Those people walking around like zombies, man. Like they all cracked out. They talking to themselves. They are engulfed with demons and with diseases. Okay, AIDS and diseases, man. There's many stories of certain people going to jail over there of knowingly giving people AIDS and not telling them and having sex with them, and they all committing adultery over there. So they all having sex with each other. So the AIDS and the viruses are just passing through, man. Okay, that's a plague. All right. 61. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of the law, then will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. Right. Once again, like AIDS, all kinds of sickness that you can come up that has been reported. And even some that the white man said, well, we don't know what's going on with you. You go to the hospital, they run tests on your blood, you know. They go through the different tests and they come, you wait in the room, they come back, they like, yeah, we did this test. We don't come back in a week and let's try some other things. Because, man, it's certain diseases that even the white man is like, where the fuck did this come from? They don't even know, man. Because why? Because since they're the devil and the Most High, through Satan, has used these devils to create their own little diseases, all right, to put on people. There's other diseases that's randomly popping up that they can't even explain to you. And then sometimes that they can't explain to you, probably more than sometimes, they'll just randomly say, yeah, you have this and take this medicine because it's a business at the end of the day. They're making money. So even if they don't know what it is, they're going to pick what it is just to write your prescription, okay? So you can be treated so they can make their money, man. It's a business too. So we are also guinea pigs, all right? Let's see where I'm at. 62. And you shall be left few in number, whereas you were as the stars of heaven for multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of thy Lord thy God. Right. It's all about obeying, man. It's all about we were being rebellious. We were being rebellious. So in this time, man, it's a scary thing to be rebellious at this point, because if the Lord did that, the brothers, the prophets, and the man of the Lord, we know what he gonna do to us this go around. When he destroys America, and 2/3 of our people get destroyed along with America, okay, and through the four corners of the earth, through destruction, through fire. So this is our chance, man. Like, brother, better hold on to this, okay, and ignore every distraction in your life, man. It's not worth being left behind. That's all I'm gonna say on that. All right. 63. And it shall come to pass that as the Lord rejoiced over you to do you good and to multiply you, so the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to naught. And you shall be plucked from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. Right. We got plucked out of our land. Okay. And he rejoiced to bring up a great deep evil on us. That's why in those pictures, okay, and those pictures capture, man, those pictures capture not only them, okay, you can see the spirit within that picture, man. Like it's that heavy, okay? The Lord brought that upon us. That's how mad he was, man. He brought that upon us, man. For us to wake up in this time to understand what we did as a people. To understand, okay, that he is our God. That's our Father. And that the only way we're going to come back to him is the right path, the only path. Through his word. Through his son, Yahushua, who he sent to die and sent as a living sacrifice for us, the Israelites, the 12 tribes. We have to take that seriously in this time. And 2/3, we know, once again, ain't going to take it seriously. That's why the Lord going to laugh at that calamity, like it says in Proverbs chapter 1. The Lord going to laugh at that calamity. But you don't want the Lord laughing at you, because if he is, then you are a part of that 2/3, man. Okay? This is about, in Revelation, this is about the 144,000 getting sealed so that the angels of the Lord can go ahead and make Russia shoot their missiles, make Iran shoot the missiles, make Israel shoot missiles. I mean, all the wars and everything that's already pretty much in effect to really spark off so that we can get out of here and that Yahushua can crack that sky. All right? 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. Why a trembling heart? Because we've seen us getting killed left and right next to us, man. Just falling. And we don't, and in slavery, okay, our people don't know who's next. Okay? You have a slave young boy watching his dad getting beat and getting killed and getting hung. And the slave master's like, come here, boy. Now you see your daddy? Now you better listen. Okay? You better follow your master. He got to sit here crying, watching his daddy getting hung. I mean, that's horrible, man. So it was a trembling heart, and he did put on us. He did put that trembling heart on us through sending a great evil upon our people and having our life in doubt, day to day, day in and day out. All right, which is coming up. And then it says, and Among these nations, the first part, 65, and among these nations thou shalt find no ease, neither shall thy sole of thy foot have rest. Right. We were in the fields once again, slave. They were just pushing us, like Pharaoh was. Slaves and slaves and slaves. Okay. 66, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and thou shalt have no assurance of life. There's no assurance in life when you become this low and they became that high, man. And you have nobody to save you because it was a curse. It was a curses in effect. That's a great evil. So, I mean, you got to think being in that time period where they could just go outside and hang us and laugh and eat popcorn and rape our women and send the woman back to his husband, and she all ashamed and she feel bad and he feel like his nuts been taken away. And they literally were taking away our nuts, cutting them off, castrating us. Come on, man. Like I said, the white race, you Edomites, Esau, you have a lot to pay for. "68, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spoke unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again." With ships. Did that not happen? The Atlantic slave trade, the Arabs made the slave ships, the Africans, along with the white man, did their little business and for guns and artillery to take us down, to bring us to the Americas and other parts in South America and other parts of the world, to enslave us here, to build up this kingdom. Come on, man. Once again, I'm reading the curses of the Israelites. Okay? "Thou shalt see it no more again, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies." Once again, those enemies ain't no friends. "For bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you." Meaning, buy you meaning no man shall redeem you. No man shall redeem you. We were sold on auction blocks. That's documented. Okay, you so-called Negroes and Latinos and Native American Indians are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, the same people who went to the split sea with Moses. Now I'm going to go back to the top of that verse and speak on the Egypt part. "And the Lord shall bring thee again into Egypt again with ships." Now, you look at the map, Israel borders Egypt. You don't have to go from Israel to Egypt on ships. That's why you read stories of certain men, even the Lord himself, fleeing from Israel across the border into Egypt. Okay? Because that Egypt represents slavery, bondage. Okay? That's why I say Egypt again. So let me read it again. "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again, into slavery again," because we were once in slavery within Egypt, which Egypt is a word before it's a place. Okay? "Again with ships, by the way whereof I spoke unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you." That buy you meaning redeem you. Do your research. Okay? So this is proof right here that the Atlantic slave trade is in the scriptures and in other spots in the scriptures. But dealing with Deuteronomy, the curses, okay? So all you Negroes that want to reject this truth and want to act like you ain't Israelites and want to stay Mother Africa forever and stay within that mind state, okay, I just read it. Very clear. Us going on slave ships through the Atlantic slave trade was one of the curses that Yahweh Shai, the Most High, the Son, okay, whom we do worship, that Yahweh put these curses on us. Because this, like I said earlier, I read earlier, it was to be a wonder and a sign. So because you 2/3 don't want to connect the dots to who you are, you want to stay in the mindset of a nigger, monkey, colored. You know, y'all want to stay colored. Okay, well, stay colored. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to say, Tawada Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for giving me the spirit to do this video. Okay, double honors to the elect again, and shalom to you brothers out there doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.